Hey guys, okay, so I just picked up this conveyor belt here. It's a wood, well, really anything type of conveyor, but I think it's more suited for wood. Everything's in pretty good shape. I gotta put a new winch on it so you can winch it up and down. So I don't know if I want to crank it any higher than that, but it will go higher. That's pretty good height there. Let's see what we got. That's 15 feet where it sits right now. I would say if we kept cranking it, probably get it to 20. But like I said, I don't want to stress it out right now. Okay guys, so this is the motor we're going to use. It's Princess Auto motor I just picked up. It's like the cheapest one I could find there. It was 199 bucks Canadian. So 79 cc's. Should be perfect. It should be more than enough power for this little project. So this will be kind of an unboxing too, in case anyone wants to know about this engine. There it is there, 863-8025. So I'll put some oil in it, maybe gas it up here, and we'll start it up, make sure everything works. Comes with a plug wrench, nice. It's quite small. It's quite small, which is nice. I mean, it's not as small as the electric motor, but it's pretty close. Okay, so yeah, we'll get some oil in that first. Okay, I'm just gonna put in this 5W30. You probably use any oil like 10W30, but we're gonna be using this thing mostly in the winter, so that 5W will give it a little bit better cold starting performance. They even give you this funnel here. These are handy funnels. I keep them whenever they come with a new engine or whatever, because they're great for this type of setup here. They stay up when you've got that angled hole there. So we'll fill this up. Fill it up to the base of the threads, basically, like most of these engines. Okay, that should be good. So we're at the base of the threads there. I don't know if you can see that, but that should be good. We'll get some gas in it. Okay, so this is gonna be the first time ever starting this motor. This will be interesting. Okay, so on, this is your throttle. Put to low, choke. I don't think there's a fuel shut off. No, it comes right from the engine, right to the carburetor. Okay, well, that's pretty awesome. Might as well put this pulley on. It's a 5/8 keyed shaft. They don't give you the key though. I think I got some key stock here. This is the pulley I'm using. Just a basic. Got some right here. So we'll cut a piece for that. Okay, and then I always put grease on these in case you ever have to take them off. They're not welded on. It's a 5/32 Allen, in case anyone's wondering. And then we can adjust it in and out if we want. It's probably better to have it closer to the machine in the long run, just so there's less torque on the bearing right there. But I think that's a good place to start. So yeah, we'll get this mounted on the conveyor. Okay, well I just need one more washer, but I think it'll be good to try.
one of them.
Sweet.
Oh, he's very good.
Any trimming I gotta do, I'll do.
That hex thing's not sticking through there at all, right?
No.
I pulled them right back. Do you want to block hardwood?
Yeah.
Fuck, that was easy. Hey, alright. Let's see here.
This one's gonna be.
Have it in the boat. Or if you can do half.
Okay, so just took the motor off here, guys. Didn't like how fast it was rotating. And I couldn't idle down the motor any further to slow it down. Basically, as you're feeding it from the splitter, you basically can't feed it fast enough as you're splitting it, and it basically is just wearing out the belt. So to cut down on wear and to slow it down more, I'd either have to change the size of the sprocket on the backside, or I purchased this at Princess Auto. I think you can get these at anywhere in North America. It's a NORAM 6-to-1 reduction gear. So I'm gonna mount this onto the engine, and then because this is a 3/4 inch output shaft, I got another pulley to go onto there. So that should slow this thing down significantly to the point where I can just idle down the engine to a nice speed. You'll get more torque, not that it really matters, but you get more torque, and this will turn considerably slower, and it doesn't take a whole bunch of space up. So we're gonna mount this now. And like I said, I bought this at Princess Auto in Canada. There it is there. If you put that part number in, like I said, you can probably find this anywhere in North America or the world. So it was quite pricey. I mean, it's a bit much for a conveyor, but I think it was like 400, or it was $360 plus HST, and then all these little parts you need. Because this little motor is a 5/8 output shaft, I had to get a 5/8 to 3/4 adapter, because the input on this, which is that little gear in this bag here, I'll show you in a sec, is 3/4. So we're gonna have to do some messing around with that, because these are just solid rings, but let's get into it. Okay, so the way the orientation is supposed to go in is like this. And really the only reason I could see why that has to be that way, as opposed to me putting it like this, which would be a little bit easier for my case, because it makes it'll put this wheel in a similar position to where it was before, right there. If I put it like this, I'm gonna have to move the whole thing over a little bit. But anyway, not by much. And the other thing too is when you do mount it in this position, this sticks down below this motor because it's such a small motor. So I will have to make sure that it's up on something, like a thicker piece of metal or whatever when I mount it, just in case there's some interference right here with any part of the carriage of the conveyor. So I'm gonna mount it like that. It comes with all the hardware you need. So I'm just gonna, it comes with a lock washer, but I'm gonna put a little bit of Loctite on them. Just because it is a high vibration area. And then we're going to tighten these down to 10 foot-pounds. Okay. Okay, so that's done. I'm running into a bit of an issue here. I just started filing the end of this to start accommodating this here. Has to go this length obviously, but I'm not going to use this spacer because, so this spacer is obviously meant for the 3/4 shaft on a normal engine, and when you put this on a normal 3/4 shaft, it would go to a certain spot and then stop, and that's what allows this to be in the right location on the end of the shaft. It acts as a spacer. But when I put my spacers here for the 5/8 to 3/4, and then I put this on, it goes too far back, so it's really serving no purpose. So this would go in and would hit there and it'd be sticking out, or it'd be sticking in too far. So I'm just not even gonna put this, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut my keyway, excuse me, but I'm only gonna cut my key in this distance right here, and then basically this slot will keep this from going in any further, and obviously the bolt on the outside will keep it from coming out. Okay, so there's the one I cut here. So there's just a little bit left as like a backstop. And then that goes on there. I just don't like how much it's actually in this gear is engaging the main shaft. Show you guys. It's only just a very, very small amount. I mean, there's not much torque on this, especially on this device. But I would like to see some sort of key going a little bit deeper. So I think what I might do is I'll cut a keyway into this sleeve on the opposite side, about halfway down, and then I'll take an actual piece of 1/4 inch key, put it in, and then file it smooth with this bore. So basically the key will lock into the sleeve, and then my gear here will lock into that. And what I'll do is, because this key here does go into the main shaft a tiny bit, I'll use a file and I'll take that amount and I'll flatten off the back of this shaft here. So I'll do that and I'll show you guys in a sec. Okay, so this is the final setup. Just take it apart here and show you guys. So basically the sleeve is in there. I can push it out if I want. I'll push it about halfway out. It is there. So there's the original notch I made to accommodate the key on the gear. So that'll slide in there. And then I made another notch in the bottom, and that's going to engage the factory keyway on here. I'll flip that around. And before I do that, notice I ground this flat, and that's just to let that keyway on the gear right here just slip by. So I got this, it's a 1/4 inch key, but then it's ground down to be perfectly flush with the inside diameter or outside diameter of the brass sleeve. So that'll go on like that. And so I'll show you from here. So you can see there that the gear is engaging the sleeve, and then the sleeve on the back side is engaging that key that I dropped into the hole there. So all that's left to do is put the nut and washer, or bolt and washer, on the outside here, and then start assembling the rest of the gearbox. And then I'm just going to torque these down to the same 10 foot-pounds. Okay, and then all I'm going to do is install the new pulley that's 3/4 inch. Except I'm going to put it all the way on the shaft this time, just because we are already pushing the unit out that way from the conveyor a bit, and I'm also going to put the pulley on this way. I'll put it about there, just a little bit off of the actual plate. And I'll tighten down the set screw. Okay, so you just got to fill it with oil. Okay, so you can fill it with straight 30 weight, but I'm just using this 10W30 because I have it. And we're just going to fill it up till it comes out of this hole. Actually, that's one thing to note. I think the top one has a breather. Top one is a breather, so there's one for the bottom, one for the top. Oh. Okay, let's fire it up.